Well, off-lead dog parks are growing in popularity across the country, but what's the etiquette? A new video of feuding dog owners has Australia asking who's at fault.
It's a standoff at the gates of hounds.
My dog will grab your dog!
A chain-link fence separates this dog, which should be leashed, from a dog inside the off-leash area. Its owner wants to leave, but she doesn't want to risk a run-in with the unrestrained rover.
You're literally blocking us from leaving.
With the man refusing to leash his dog, she then threatens to call the cops.
Yeah, I can't grab her until he's gone.
Sparking a fiery doggy debate online, with accusations of dog Karens and overreacting on one side. The other says she's in the right and they have the same concerns.
The dog that's off the lead would be the one in the wrong.
I think both owners are in the wrong.
Oh, Lex, if there is a dog that needs to be kept on the lead, then perhaps it shouldn't be out in public in the first place.
There's always going to be people who have their dogs in the park that perhaps shouldn't. You don't want the situation to escalate, for both the humans and the dogs.
Almost half of all Australian households have a dog, with the pooch population growing to 6.4 million, mainly during the pandemic, making the pro-lead, no-lead conflict a significant dilemma for dog lovers all over the country.
I get nervous seeing dogs off lead that are clearly not in control.
I just pick up my dog and just keep walking, trying to avoid any conflict.
Dog parks should be a safe space for all dogs, but that goes both ways.
In Australia, the law requires all dogs to be leashed unless they're in a designated leash-free area. But even then, is every Fido fit for a free-for-all?
Are you pro-leash?
I mean, I think leashes are great, it's... I don't know how to answer that, actually, having off-leash time is also good.
And who's at fault if your free-range pooch is savaged by an on-lead aggressor?
Put that man on a leash. Here to break it all down is dog behaviourist Lara Shannon. Lara, first of all, who are these gorgeous creatures you have on your lap?
Well, we have little Darcy here and little Vindy, a.k.a. the Dooch.
Oh, the Dooch. They don't look vicious at all.
Well, looks can be deceiving. This little boy does have his anxiety. He's a rescue dog that's got a few issues, so unfortunately he can be a little bit fear-based aggressive, which is why we don't go to dog parks.
So take us through the video, the problem here. Who's in the right when it came to this video?
Yeah, look, it's a really tough one, and as the owner of a fear-based aggressive dog, it's something that I deal with a lot. So it's a bit of a catch-22. So I don't take Vindy to situations where there are going to be dogs off lead because I understand that it's going to make him feel threatened, and a lot of owners don't understand. But at the same time, yeah, the guy not respecting their wishes to get out of the way and having his dog not under control is a real issue. Even if you're at an off-leash dog park and your dog's friendly and all of that, really you need to be able to call them back, and you need to be able to respect that other dogs need space no matter where you are.
So the woman in the video was in the right.
But I was just going to say, isn't there a clear right and wrong here? Like the guy with his dog off the leash was in the wrong. Like you can get fined by the local council for that, can't you?
If he was in an area where he was meant to be on leash, absolutely in the wrong. So yes, often we run into this at off-leash dog parks, and even then, regardless of whether they're meant to be on or off leash, you need to have control over your dog.
Dog parks have really become a massive thing in recent years. There's a lot of them everywhere. What are some of the biggest problems that you have seen at dog parks?
I think the big thing is that we do have, we have so many dogs, and a lot of those dogs aren't meant to be in a small space with a whole pile of other dogs. So we do have a lot of really frustrated dogs, people standing around in the middle of the dog park, or talking on their phone, texting on their phone, no idea what their dog's doing, so they're not watching them at all. And then secondly, not knowing your own dog's body language or other dogs, and just thinking it's okay that your dog can run up. If you don't know that your own dog's a little bit nervous or anxious, then, that's something that you should know and perhaps not take them to a dog park.
Lara, I'm interested to get your opinion on this, because often when there are disputes at a dog park, you see people blaming the dogs. They get really mad at the dog, saying this dog is bad or this dog's a psycho. But I think what you're saying is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it's 90% of the time the owner's fault.
Look, I have a saying, stop blaming the dog. At the end of the day, you know, they are an animal, they are a dog, they're going to react in certain ways, sometimes unpredictably and the like, and it is up to the person to understand this and recognise, you know, what their own dog's triggers are and what other people's dogs are.
So is it reasonable to judge someone because of the behaviour of their dog?
Absolutely not. And
Why? Why?
And I get a lot of judge looks when, you know, people are coming up to us, they've got their dog off leash or they're not respecting that I'm trying to cross the road or get out of the way. And he, unfortunately, then goes over threshold. He starts barking and blaming. So I blame the other owner for not paying attention to my body language and my dog. So it's not my fault often that the dog's reacted when I'm trying to get out of the way, but other times as well, yeah, I'm in the wrong if I'm putting him in trigger situations. So,
I don't know.
You know, it's a bit of both.
Vindy looks pretty zenned out at the moment.
Yeah,
Check him out.
he
Look at him
does.
go.
He likes being filmed, he likes being on camera, and as you can see, they're very used to it, so they're very chill here.
Lara, thanks so much for chatting.
Thanks.
I'm with you, Sarah. I don't think that dog is aggressive or anxious. That dog looked the most chilled dog I've ever seen in my life.
Gamma dog.
You've been hanging around dog parks lately.
We've been dog sitting. Yeah, I mean, I kind of think the pets are a bit like kids. You know, you judge the parent if they're doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Is that,
Why?
is that terrible?
It's really political though, isn't it? Like going to the dog park.
Well,
Judgy.
Yeah. I judge.
But the dude at the front, like, sometimes the guy at the front, just like be a bit considerate. Pick up your dog, let them go out. And also, how many calls to dog parks do you reckon cops get where they turn up and go, we got better things to do with our time, you know, than solve your crappy disputes.
But, you know, maybe they like the occasional call out to the dog park.
Yeah, maybe.
Get to play with the dog.
Yeah.
It's nice for them.